Hi everyone, hope you're having a great week. It's another beautiful weekend in Texas, so we're mainly outdoors, spending time outside, enjoying the fresh air. I'm also gonna make some chili cheese bratwurst that I found at Kroger with some cucumber salad. But first, here's some jacuzzi time.
Yeah.
To our backyard. Today, Dave and I enjoy the jacuzzi as we talk about what our favorite thing about moving to Texas. What's your favorite thing? Here, right there.
Whoa.
And we can edit it out.
What I like the best about Texas is the nice blue skies that we can look at in the backyard. There's lots of stars, nice clear blue skies. You can see so many stars. Nothing like nothing like anything I've seen before living in a house. Usually, it's kind of cloudy or smoggy like LA, where you can't see any stars. So that's one of the things I like.
You know what I like? I like that gas is $2.65 a gallon. And there's no state taxes. And sure, property taxes are high, but everything else is reasonable.
Very reasonable.
You can live in the country, but we can also drive to the outlet center, to their local Costco in minutes. That's what I like. And what do you like best about living here?
It's very safe. You don't have to worry about the crime
Yeah.
that we experience in Southern California.
Yeah.
People are very friendly, very respectful. The traffic is it's not the best. It's still traffic here, but it's not as bad as the Southern California area for sure. And of course, you get more for your money to buy a house. And this is by far one of the better houses that we've ever had in our. How many houses have we owned?
So we've moved around quite a bit because of Dave's job. Our first home was in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, where Michael was born, but we were there only a few months. Then we moved to Huntington Beach in a condo for 3.5 years, almost 4 years. And after that, we bought a house in Reno, Nevada, and stayed for over 3 years until we got moved again to Visalia, California, where we stayed for 2 years. Then we moved to Big Rapids, Michigan, and lived there for 4 years. But we got moved back again to Huntington Beach, where we spent 12 years, fell in love with our home, and decided to keep it. But then we moved again to Visalia, California for 3 years. Then we moved to Southern California in Rancho Cucamonga for over 4 years until our final move to Texas, and we love it here.
9 different houses in different states, different areas. And this is definitely the best.
What's the worst thing about living here that you can say so far? Yeah, what's the bad thing about living here?
I guess family being far away, that's probably the worst.
That's my worst too.
My mom and my stepdad, they're in LA, and they're old, and that's pretty tough. I don't get to see them that often. Talk to them a lot, but
Yeah.
getting out there is kind of tough. But I'll do my best to get out there as much as possible to see them.
Yeah.
That's probably the worst. And then, other than that, everything's great.
Everything
I mean,
is
you
beautiful.
don't have the ocean and the mountains, but you kind of think how often do you go to the ocean when you live in California? I probably go more now that I live here than when I was living there. Actually.
Right.
But some days we could be back. I mean, if I was to move back any place in California, it could be Huntington Beach, where
Yeah.
we have a place there for us if we ever want it. So other than that, Texas so far has been great. It's only been 6 months, a little over 6 months. So I got some time to go. There's a hot season here that we'll have to go through and experience. But I think we'll still like it overall. We have good air conditioning.
Right.
Anyway, it's definitely this community that we live in is really great. I mean, it's got, you know, 2 large pools, a lot of hiking trails, little forest area,
Dog park.
dog park. You know, it's close to a lot of stuff. You know, a little bit of driving distance, but central enough to where we can get to whatever we want. You know, a lot of since it's a new area, there's a lot of new stuff being built, a lot of new restaurants, a lot of new stores, and it's continually, you know, building that type of stuff for convenience around this area. At the same time, you know, we are kind of central. We got some great airports here. You know, there's 2 big airports here that are close by.
And a regional one, a smaller one.
Regional one.
Sure.
Everything needs here. I mean, to live a good life and a nice, sane life, basically. So, like, again, you know, it was getting kind of crazy in California when you walked out your gate getting accosted by homeless, drugless people. So, druggies.
Yeah.
Just living on the streets, and they weren't doing anything about it. Here, they don't put up with that, which is great. It feels like California about 40 years ago.
Except for there's a lot of bugs. I already saw like 10 wasps flying around.
But they don't bother you.
I hope not.
Breathing, man. They're going to come at you.
You saw wolf spiders, wasps.
Another thing there is a lot of
Bugs.
and a lot of you know, little wild place.
Yeah. But other than that, it's a great place to live. All right, everyone. See you soon.
On today's Shortcut Kitchen, we wanted to try this chili cheese bratwurst we found at Kroger. So we're going to stir fry it and add some rice and also make a cucumber salad. First things first, we're going to heat up some olive oil in a copper pan. Then we slice some onions and we're going to add that and saute it in the pan. After sauteing for a couple minutes, we're going to start slicing the bratwurst, but we leave the casing this time. And we're going to check it out. I've never tried it before. Hopefully it tastes good. We'll see. After stirring it for a few minutes, we also grab some mushrooms, make sure they're clean, slice them, and we add them to the sauté stir fry mix. This little girl wanted to try some of my food, so I gave her a mushroom, but nope, didn't like it. Now it's time to mix the mushrooms in, and at this time, if you wanted to, you can put some garlic, but I skipped that this time. I also had some green onion in the fridge, so I pulled them out, washed them carefully, threw out all the old pieces, and started to chop them up. I'm going to add some to the stir fry and add some to the salad that I'm going to make. I stir all the ingredients together, and if you'd like to add seasoning, go right ahead. At this point, I'm going to skip the seasoning because I think the chili cheese seasoning of the sausage would probably be enough, but you can add more if you'd like. Today we're just going to do a shortcut and microwave some 3-minute chicken fried rice from Costco. It only takes 3 minutes and it tastes really good, and it's loaded with vegetables. While the rice is in the microwave, I check on my stir fry and make sure to lower the temperature to simmer it and cover it up. Now it's time to make my cucumber salad. With the leftover green onions, I just throw it in there in the bowl, and I'm going to chop up some cucumber to add to it. This time I'm using English cucumbers, but you can get any kind that you prefer. Wash it carefully. I use whatever's in my fridge to season this salad, and normally I would have some rice vinegar with the ginger dressing, but this time I'm going to add balsamic. So I put a little sesame oil, then I use this ginger dressing, I'm going to use this balsamic from Italy, And I'm also gonna add some paprika, and there's an option to use that pepper, but it's already spicy for me, I think, so I'm not gonna add the pepper. You just mix it all up, and you can even put sesame seeds, and that would taste great as well. Looks like everything is ready. I'm gonna start putting the fried rice in the plate, add the chili cheese sausage, add my cucumber salad, and for Dave, he likes hot chili, so I'm gonna put some chili peppers as well. And that's it for him. I'm skipping the rice. Instead, I'm just having the salad, and I had some leftover Parmesan garlic chicken wings, so I'll have that. And for dessert, we're gonna have some fruit. Here's the tip of the day. If you like your spinach or kale or vegetables to last longer, I put a paper towel. I dab it to make sure everything is dry and there's no moisture. Then I store it in the fridge upside down, and that way all the moisture goes and is absorbed by the paper towel, and your vegetables last a little bit longer. Try it. After dinner, we go on a nice leisurely walk to walk off all the calories and look at the sunset. It's a beautiful day, and it's starting to get warmer every day. It's better for us to walk the dogs when it's not so warm, when it actually cools down a little bit. He's barking again. Today we're heading to the gym just to see what's going on over there. There's a community center. Sometimes there are activities going on. Eventually, when spring is here and it gets warmer, they're going to open the pool up again, and I can't wait to try the pool. I think our community has 2 of them, so there's one by our place and there's another one somewhere around here. So we're gonna check it out and eventually find it.
Splash Park.
Well, that's all there is this week. Come and join us next time for another update on our life here in Texas. Have a great week, everybody. See you soon.